Gene. See, simply, what is a gene? This genes will well study these genes in Principles of Inheritance and Variation, Mendelian Genetics chapter. So anyway, just look this one. Gene. What is gene means? A functional or structural unit of DNA. A structural and functional unit of DNA. Structural and functional unit of DNA is called a gene. See, here what is DNA? DNA means a polynucleotide chain is there. That polynucleotide chain, normally DNA is a double helical structure according to Watson Crick. The double helical structure of DNA has polynucleotide chain sequence. Simply here the nucleotide sequence which is present in DNA gives genetic information. What is genetic information? Heredity we discussed in earlier. What is heredity? Heredity, inheritance. Inheritance is the transfer of a character, okay, or expression of a character. That is inheritance. Heredity means transfer of character from one organism to next progeny. From parents to progeny, there is expression of or a transfer of all characters, that is heredity. Expression of one particular character is called what? Inheritance. Okay, anyway, that nucleotide sequence which is present on DNA is called genetic information. But the genetic information which is present in DNA has many intertwining sequences called genes, which are continuous and there may be presence of some gaps like that. When we studied about the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, simply prokaryotic organisms have no introns and eukaryotic organisms, in eukaryotes there is presence of introns. Introns are present in eukaryotic organisms, whereas introns are absent in prokaryotic organisms. That you know. See, what is intron? Normally in eukaryotic organisms, particularly in prokaryotes, no need to discuss about introns. Simply in prokaryotic organism, if you take a prokaryotic genome or prokaryotic DNA, that DNA has some structural units called genes. A segment of DNA that is responsible for one function. A gene is a segment of DNA that is responsible for the expression of one character. That gene will express into one character, that is the function of this gene. And by many genes DNA are formed, so it is called as structural unit of DNA. Structural unit of DNA and functional unit of DNA is called genes, because genes are many genes are present on DNA and the genes are responsible for the main function or expression of the characters by the DNA. So that is an important point. See here, in prokaryotes, genes are continuous. Continuous genes means one gene followed by another gene, like it will be there. But in eukaryotic organisms, a gene is there. That is what coding sequence we called exon. This exon and introns. Once we'll go for a transcription in this chapter, there we'll discuss again about this exons and introns. Anyway, see here, the gene is what we call exon. There is another coding sequence called gene. Between that genes, there is presence of a non-coding sequence called intron. Introns do not code for any character. Waste DNA. Around 98% of DNA. Sanjay Ratnam, around 98% of DNA in human genome is non-coding. Hey, Sanjay Ratnam, close video. Why this fellow is not listening? Okay, so genes are sequences which are present on DNA that is responsible for a character. Simply, this presence of genes were identified by Beadle and Tatum. Beadle and Tatum identified the genes. They proposed one gene, one character theory. One gene, one character theory. There are many theories proposed. Among them, one gene, one character. One gene, one character theory was proposed. According to this one gene, one character theory, when a gene is expressed, there is expression of a character. One gene expresses one character. A gene is responsible for expression of a character, but that was not obeyed well. Then second theory was proposed, one gene, one enzyme theory. One gene, one enzyme theory. Here, according to this, one gene will express one enzyme. That enzyme is involving in physiological role or metabolism. One gene is involving in expression of character, that is one gene, one character theory. But not only character, some other proteins may also form. Like that later it was found. Finally, third theory was proposed, which is one protein, one enzyme, or one gene, one protein theory. One gene expresses one protein. One gene expresses one protein. This protein may be showing any character like a physiological character, a physical appearance, or an enzyme, or whatever it is. Okay? These are some theories which are proposed to explain the function of gene. See, genes, one gene, one character theory. One gene, one character theory means when a gene expresses particularly a physical appearance or a physical character will be expressed, that is this one. Not only physical character, there may be presence of some other structures also, suppose carrier proteins are there, some other are there, suppose immune proteins are there, immunoglobulins, they are also proteins. Gene is producing that immune protein, antibodies are produced by gene, but that antibodies will not express any physical appearance, physical character. So this is not accepted. According to one gene, one character theory, when a gene expresses, it expresses a physical character, a morphological character, or a physical character is expressed, but it is not accepted. Later, in addition to that, one gene, one enzyme theory was proposed. According to this, when a gene is expressing, there is formation of one enzyme. That enzyme will show a physiological role. Physiological role means that enzyme may involve in metabolism. Metabolic properties are shown by the enzyme. See here, but this is also not accepted. According to molecular basis, a gene, DNA, is expressing into a protein. That protein may function as enzyme. Not only enzyme, there is formation of structural proteins, transport proteins. Many proteins are formed, nutrient proteins like that. See, later, one gene, one protein theory was proposed. According to this, when a gene is expressed, there is formation of a protein. That protein may show any character. Here, in biomolecules of 11th portion, we discussed functions of proteins. There are 10 different kinds of protein based on their functions. Based on the functions, proteins are divided into 10 different types, like structural proteins, transport proteins, catalytic proteins, regulatory proteins, gene regulatory proteins, toxic proteins, defense proteins, then Some more are there. Nutrient proteins. Like that, there are about 10 different types of proteins. Among them, this enzyme is also one. When one gene is expressing, there is formation of a protein. That protein may function as an enzyme. That may express a physical character. Like that. So this theory was widely accepted. So one gene, one protein theory was accepted. Then, if you see the types of genes, based on the properties of genes only we can see. Types of genes. Types of genes, just with the help of some rough diagrams, I will explain. One, continuous genes. Continuous genes. Continuous genes means on a DNA molecule, one gene is followed by immediately by another gene. Otherwise, write like this. This is a DNA molecule with 5 prime, 3 prime and 3 prime, 5 prime end. In this, there is presence of gene A, gene B, C, D, like that. So, genes are continuous on DNA. Where these continuous genes are present? Where can we find continuous genes? Please tell me, anyone. Where can we find continuous genes? Just now I told you. Human DNA. Hey, human DNA has introns, I told you. Yeah, prokaryotes. Where can we find Madheswari? Yeah, prokaryotes. These are present in prokaryotes because there is no introns, there is no gaps in middle of genes. So they are present in prokaryotic organisms. Second one, discontinuous genes. Discontinuous genes means how they appear. Between one gene to next gene, there is presence of intervening sequence called intron. Genes are usually called exons, but between the exons or genes there is presence of non-coding sequences. Genes with non-coding sequences in middle. In which type of organisms it is present? Wow, Rohini, before asking question, answer is coming. Wow, ready to answer. Very good. These are present in eukaryotes. Many people, before asking question, they are sending answers. Aishwarya, Shintyam, Jayasri, Subhadarani, Varshini. Very good. I didn't get answer from Madheswari. Okay? These are called discontinuous genes. Third one, split genes. Split genes. Split gene means it is a part of gene, but a single gene has splitted. This is gene A, this is also gene A, but there is a gap within a single gene. A single gene is split. Increase your font size. Yeah, definitely. Wait. I will keep the camera closer so that now uncoding DNA, non-coding DNA has no function. Non-coding DNA has no function. Then split genes means gene A is there, within a single gene there is a gap. Gap in a single gene. This is called what? Split gene. Then nested genes. Nested gene. See that structure, nested gene. One gene which is present in middle of other gene. This is gene A, this is gene A, this is gene B. See, how is it here? Gene A is there, in middle of a gene, another gene is present. Genes in middle of other genes. Nested. This is nested gene. Another type of gene is there. Fifth one, housekeeping genes. Housekeeping genes means, is it visible? Yes, visible only. Wait one second, I will adjust. Housekeeping genes. Housekeeping genes means genes carrying cellular properties. Gene which is carrying cellular properties, they are called housekeeping genes. So housekeeping genes are those genes carrying cellular properties and maintaining cellular functions. They are called as housekeeping genes. Housekeeping genes means cellular properties, maintaining cell size and cell division is there na, like that. Some properties, cellular functions are maintained by housekeeping genes. Housekeeping genes are those which are responsible to carry out cellular functions or cellular properties. These are different types of genes. Okay, this gene is responsible for expression of a protein. That protein may function as transport protein or a catalytic protein, or catalytic protein is enzyme, transport protein, structural protein, nutrient protein, gene regulatory proteins, like that. There is formation of proteins from the DNA. That protein is only showing this character. Okay? Alright. Next topic. Search for genetic material. Search for genetic material. What is genetic material? Genetic material is nothing but the nucleic acid or DNA which is present inside the nucleus, that is carrying all the genetic information. Genetic information is carried by genome. What is genome? Usually in organisms like prokaryotes there is haploid genome. In lower plants also there is presence of haploid genome. In higher organisms there is diploid acid. Okay, what is diploid form? Diploid form means here two sets of DNA are there, total DNA. The haploid set is there na? 2n is what ploidy of the human being, just if we compare us. Suppose if we take single n, total 23 pairs of chromosome is 2n. If we don't consider that pair excess copies, if we consider only 23 chromosomes, not pairs, only 23 chromosomes, that is what genome, that is what functioning as genetic material. Genetic material means which is carrying genetic information. Genetic material carries genetic information for inheritance. For inheritance of a character, genetic information is carried by genetic material. Okay, this genetic material is genome. Genome, actually the haploid set of DNA is called genetic material. Haploid set of DNA which is present inside the nucleus is carrying genetic information. That is what we are calling genetic material. This genetic material was first identified, or genetic material was first studied. Wait 1 second. Yeah, here genetic material was first studied by many scientists, and here according to that Hutton and Boveri, two scientists named Hutton and Boveri, what they proposed is they proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. They proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. According to this, chromosomes are the basis for genetic material. According to Hutton and Boveri, chromosomes are basis of genetic material. Chromosomes are basis of genetic information. Genetic information is carried in chromosomes. That is proposed by Hutton and Boveri. This proposition is based on Mendelian genetics. Mendelian studies. Mendel studied expression of characters. Mendel studied different laws of inheritance. Griffith infected this bacteria onto mice. This S strain, which is virulent strain, it was infected on mice. When mice got infected with S strain, mice died. Mice dead. Why? Because S strain is virulent strain. And S strain is virulent strain that causes pneumonia in mice. Due to development of pneumonia in mice, that mice were dead. Then he took R strain and same he infected on mice. When R strain was infected, R strain, rough strain was infected on mice, mice were alive. Mice didn't die. Okay, then what he did is to find the characteristic feature of this S strain, he made one heat-killed S strain. Heat-killed S strain he made. When he developed heat-killed S strain, that heat-killed S strain also then he infected on mice. When he infected heat-killed S strain, actually S strain is what? S strain is virulent strain. Okay? That virulent strain is there. That virulent strain he killed virulence by heat killing, killed bacteria, and that heat killed bacteria, S strain he collected and he infected that bacteria on mice. when he infected this heat-killed S strain on mice, mice didn't die. That means when this bacteria is subjected to heat, it loses its virulence. Virulence or disease-causing ability is lost by the bacteria. Then he joined heat-kill S strain plus R strain. He joined heat-killed S strain with normal R strain. Injected or infected, both are same bra. Infected on mice. That is infection. Okay. Then he separated. He developed a heat-killed S strain. He mixed with that heat-killed S strain plus normal R strain, and he infected on mice. When it was infected on mice again they dead. Mice die. Mice will die. See, from this what we can conclude? From this what can we conclude? From this we can conclude that no one is saying, yeah, R eats Samma. What R eats Samma? What R eats Samma? Transformation of genes from a S strain to R strain. Wow, good, Sindhana. R eats some virulent S strain is transformed to R strain. Yes. S strain, reproduction took place. Where are reproduction? You, fellow? Genetic material from S is come to R. Yes. Yeah, this is correct. See, S strain is virulent. So, mice dead. R strain is non-virulent. Mice didn't die. Then, when it is heat killed, there is no death. But when heat killed S strain means mice will not die. Mice will live. They will not dead. But when it is combined with R strain, mice is dead. That means heat killed S strain has some material. That material is transformed with R strain. R strain, by getting a material from S strain, when it is mixed, R strain is transformed to virulent form. R strain transformed to virulent S strain by taking a genetic material. That genetic material, what it is, whether it is protein or nucleic acid, that we don't know. By taking a genetic material from S strain, R strain became virulent. S strain has a genetic material that is causing virulence. When this is heat killed and it is mixed with R strain, from the S strain, a genetic material which is present in S strain is entering the R strain. So R strain became this transformed. This is what called transforming principle. This is transforming. What is transforming? I told you, change in the physical form of bacteria is called transformation. Transformation took place. Okay. So when this R strain is mixed with heat killed S strain, R strain got some genetic material from S strain. and arsine itself produces a polysaccharide coat. What is responsible for virulence? Virulence is due to polysaccharide coats. Wait 1 second. Not showing clearly. This R strain, which is virulent strain, has no polysaccharide coats, but R strain, non-virulent strain, has no polysaccharide coats. S strain, which is virulent strain, has polysaccharide coats. When they are mixed together, there is transfer of a genetic material from S strain to R strain. When R strain gets genetic material from S strain, R strain bacteria will develop a polysaccharide coat. When polysaccharide coat is developed, then it will become virulent form. Write that point. Transformation of R strain S strain made R strain to synthesize polysaccharide coats, and become virulent. This is due to transfer of genetic material. But the biochemical nature of genetic material was not found with this experiment. Biochemical nature of genetic material was not found with this experiment. Yeah, what is doubt? If R strain is mixed with S strain, not heat killed, how mice will die? What doubt you are getting? Heat killed means with a high temperature, the virulence nature is removed. Polysaccharide coat is broken. Heat killed S strain means by when temperature is applied more, that polysaccharide coat will broken down. That's all. That is heat killing. Once again, tell this point, sir. Okay, write down. Transformation of R strain by S strain enabled R strain to synthesize a polysaccharide coat and become virulent. This is due to This is due to transfer of genetic material from S strain to R strain. From S strain to R strain. Next point, but biochemical nature of genetic material, biochemical nature means whether it is protein or DNA. Biochemical nature of genetic material was not found with this experiment. Okay, this is about transforming principle, and this is today's botany class. Let us continue tomorrow. Please wait some time.